Hey, it's Mike. I'm back doing another video. It's been a couple of weeks, as per usual. I think that I've gotten into the habit now of doing it every other week. I keep trying to do it every week, but it just never seems to fall into place the right way. But this one is going to be a vinyl tag. So obviously at the beginning of the year, there was a whole flurry of vinyl tags going around everywhere, and that's pretty much all that you were seeing out of vinyl community channels was vinyl tag after vinyl tag after vinyl tag. There was one that I saw that I made notes on and wrote down and stuff, and didn't get around to doing it at the time. And I thought, well, maybe I'll just do it later in the year once all the vinyl tag hysteria has died down a little bit. So that's what this is here. It's just a good excuse to show more records that I don't normally show and talk about. And this one is by a channel called Fluffy Records. And I guess the guy goes by the name Fluffy. I tried to find his actual name, but I didn't go too much into a deep dive, but it seemed like everybody commenting on his videos referred to him as Fluffy, so I will too. And he did a vinyl tag for the 2025 beginning of the year, and talking about records from, that have been accumulated, I guess, over the past year to 2024, discussing those, and I guess, some questions that refer to this year as well. But yeah, so I thought I'd just go ahead and do this, just another vinyl thread or vinyl tag. So anyway, let's get to it. There are 20 questions in his regular tag, and then he offers 5 bonus ones. And there's a couple of them I'm going to skip, and I'll explain why when I get to it. But anyway, so the first one, starting off the year right. First record you spun to start the new year. Well, it's been a few weeks, few months, and I'm trying to think, what was the first record that I listened to this year? And it was hard for me to remember because I played a few records since then. And but I think one of the ones I was really excited to play, because this was right after Christmas, obviously, and I wanted to hear this on vinyl pretty much right away. It was a record that I got for Courtney. This is a band that opened for Blonde Redhead when we saw them, I believe in early October of last year. And it was kind of a difficult record to hunt down, but I found it. And it's a artist by the name of Alison Lorenzen, and her album is called Tender. This is her only release. She's got like singles and other various non-album songs out there, but as far as like an actual album release, this is the only one I could find that she's responsible for. Really cool stuff, kind of dream poppy, very interesting, eclectic, eccentric kind of music, but we really enjoyed it, and I was really happy to find this for Courtney. And I listened to it, and it sounds really cool. There's a few songs that are just absolutely fantastic on this. So Alison Lorenzen with the album Tender. That's question 1. Question 2, an album originally released in a year that ends in 5. Well, I just grabbed the first one I could think of. This goes back to 2015, and it's Beach House's album Depression Cherry. This is on the felt, fuzzy kind of cover version of this on Sub Pop Records, 2015. Love this album. This is my introduction to Beach House. Heard the song Levitation while I was at work. Somebody was listening to it on Spotify or Pandora or whatever they were listening to back then, and I loved it. I loved that song Levitation, and I became a Beach House fan soon after. So yeah, Beach House 2015. Next one, Nonstop Play, show a record you couldn't stop playing last year. Well, this is a band that we saw last year in concert, and but I love this album. I listen to it all the time. It's my favorite Slowdive album, and it's their self-titled album that they released after coming out of hiatus. And love this album. Slow Mo is my favorite Slowdive song, and they played it live, so I was really excited about that. They didn't play it on all their tour stops, but they did play it at ours here in Phoenix. And I love this album. One of my top bands that I listened to last year, and this is by far probably the album in total that I listen to more than any other album. Sounds great on vinyl. So yeah, Slow Dive. Next one, number 4, your 25th album on Discogs. Well, like, I have a confession, I don't really have all my collection on Discogs yet. I have quite a few in there. They give you that option when you purchase, because I've ordered a lot of things through Discogs, and when you purchase it, you have the option to add it to your collection after you receive it or whatever. And I do that when I go to like leave reviews for the seller. I'll click that little box and add it to my collection. So that's most of the things that I have on my list on Discogs were added in that method. I haven't gotten to the point where I have free time to go in and start manually adding in all the other records that I have into Discogs. So if I were to go to the Discogs list and count down to the 25th release that I have in there on vinyl, it's this one, Cocteau Twins, their first EP that they released on 4AD Records called Lullabies. So, but that's not really accurate. If you looked at my actual collection, we wouldn't be in the C's, just 25 deep in. We actually would be at the beginning of the B's. And so if I went through my collection and just counted up to the 25th record in my cubes here, and came up with Bad Brains' Black Dots. So this is an early release, kind of a demo, just really early recordings of their music. I really love these. It's very raw. It's very just kind of in your face and abrupt. And I love these recordings of Bad Brains, one of my 2 favorite hardcore punk bands. So yeah, Bad Brains, Black Dots. Let's see, the next one, favorite release of 2024. So if you've watched any of my other videos, my recaps or whatever of 2024, you will know that my favorite album of last year was Dive, their most recent release called Frog in Boiling Water. Love this album, kind of shoegazy, indie rock, noise rock kind of music. Really beautiful album, love it. Green vinyl. So that's that one. Next one, a purple or gold album. Could be the vinyl color too. Well, I couldn't think of really any records that I have that are like in gold or purple per se. I mean, Prince albums generally have a lot of purple on them, but not like a total purple. I don't have anything like that. So I thought, well, gold and purple. I picked this one. This is Goldfrapp's Black Cherry. So it's got the word gold right there in the name of the band. So there's your gold, and the vinyl is purple. So I satisfy both requirements for that question. So Goldfrapp Black Cherry, my favorite album of theirs. Really awesome. Next one, a live album from California. So I'm like, I'm not gonna have, I don't have a lot of live albums. Most of them are Rush albums, and I don't have anything, I don't think, that was recorded in California. Most of the time they record in like Toronto or Cleveland or something. But anyway, then I remembered, oh yeah, I've got this. Depeche Mode's 101 live album during the Music for the Masses tour, and this was recorded in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. So yeah, double album, really awesome vinyl, really awesome live selection of songs by Depeche Mode. Love it. So yeah, Pasadena, California, that counts. Let's see, the next one, a black and white album. Is that right? No, sorry, number 8, an album with a person holding a cigarette or a cigarette on the cover. I didn't have anybody like actually smoking a cigarette, but I did find this. This is Painting's final album, Beast of Dreams, and there's a ashtray right there in the foreground with the cigarette in it. So luckily I had this. I didn't think I was gonna be able to answer this question, but there you go. Paintings out of Austin, Texas, love them. Are they Austin or Houston? Maybe Houston, I think. Anyway, love the band. Paintings. Next one, a black and white album. So I just picked out such an iconic black and white photograph, this cover, Killing Joke's debut album, 1980. This is an American original on Edition EG. Love it. Bought this back when I was in high school. Huge fan. Still am. Killing Jokes, self-titled, black and white album. Next one, number 10, an artist you've recently revisited. Well, this is a band that I liked way back when like their third album came out a long time ago, and I've always liked them. I don't really listen to metal music at all anymore. I used to be like a huge Ozzy, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest fan in my middle school and early high school days, and I kind of drifted away from that when I got into punk and post-punk and all that stuff. But but I still have a soft spot, I guess, for certain metal bands like Black Sabbath. I still absolutely love Black Sabbath. But most of the other ones I'm not a huge fan of anymore. But this band is kind of new metal, I guess. They don't really like being called new metal, but it's a band I just love. Their music, their songs are just really just different to me as far as this kind of newer metal goes. And I was a big fan when White Pony came out. And I don't have a copy of White Pony yet on vinyl. I just have it on my computer. But this is the first Deftones album I ever purchased, Koi no Yokan. And I went and saw them in concert, finally, back when Gore came out, and I believe that was 2016, 2017. That was the first time I saw them in concert. And I kind of drifted away from it a little bit. I wasn't really listening to Deftones a whole lot. I just had this one record that I purchased back then. And my son has just in the past year become a huge Deftones fanatic. And it's gotten me to where I'm listening to it all the time with him, especially in the car. And this album especially is my favorite. This one and Diamond Eyes are my two favorite Deftones albums. We listen to them all the time. And I've just gotten this newfound love for the band. And they have so much excellent songs, so many great albums. Not just this one, not just White Pony, which is their most famous album, most popular album, but Diamond Eyes and Saturday Night Wrist and their self-titled album and Around the Fur. They just got so many great albums. So this would be a band that I've basically kind of rediscovered or just come back around, and now I'm listening to them a lot more than I ever did, even way at the beginning. When I first started listening to them, my son went and I went to see them a couple weeks ago for his birthday. Again, a great show, really great experience. So yeah, that question is answered with Deftones. Next one, a record that another VC member put you onto. This one, a couple of VC members showed this as their favorite from 2023. And then in 2024, I finally bought it on vinyl, and I went and saw them play live in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix. The band is Drag, and this is Darkfire Heresy. Really cool album, kind of shoegazy, kind of noise rock, kind of dream pop sometimes. Really awesome stuff out of Los Angeles, Drag. And it was Hannah, the Omaha introvert, was one of them, and the other one, and then the name escapes me, but I'll put it in the credits or whatever on this video. But anyway, Drag. Thank you for the rec. Next one, an album you have a hot take on. I don't know how to answer that question. I don't have any hot takes. I don't know. I'm just not that person that has like hot takes or whatever, I guess. I'll leave that up to the experts. Next one, the second album was their best. So I've just kind of show a few here, and it's in the theme of 80s bands, 80s kind of new wave, whatever bands, which is one of my favorite genres. So Adam and the Ants, Kings of the Wild Frontier, definitely their best album. Second album, definitely their best. Like it's not even close. The Cult, their second album, Love, again, not even close. By far their best album. Duran Duran's Rio. Now this is close. Like the first album, the debut album is really, really good, and it's really close. But I feel like Rio just barely beats it. So it's got my favorite Duran Duran song, The Chauffeur, on it, and it's just got so many great songs on it. It has to be the winner. Their second album, Rio. Reach the Beach by The Fix. They put out a couple really good albums after this. but this one still stands out as my favorite. And it was the first one that I got into of theirs, and it's still my favorite. The Smiths. I know a lot of people, most people on the planet besides me, love The Queen is Dead, but Meat is Murder is my favorite Smiths album. So there you go with that. I think that's it. Yeah, that's my little 80s mix of second album was their finest or best. VC shout out. So there's a channel that I've been watching a lot lately, relatively new channel, and they're awesome. Married couple, they're called Married to Vinyl is the name of their channel. And it's Mark and Leslia, and they're out of Los Angeles, and they just have such a wealth of knowledge, and just it's just uncanny like how much music knowledge they have, and just these crazy, their record collection is just crazy, and they're always bringing in new stuff, and they find all kinds of course, being in LA, they have this wealth of accessibility to be able to find all kinds of crazy things that I just can't find here in Phoenix. But I love their channel. I love their banter, their repertoire, going back and forth and talking over each other about all the different things, trying to remember this and that and the other. And it's just a lot of fun, really fun channel. I love a lot. Their music taste is really kind of right in line with mine, although they're much more expansive. Their music taste is a lot more expansive than mine. I'm a lot more siloed. I thought that I was very expansive and well-rounded, but then I see a channel like theirs, I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of this tiny little world compared to theirs. But check out their channel. I'm definitely going to put their link down below. They're like at 600 going on. They're getting close to like 700 subscriptions. They should be at 1,000, like easy, like soon. So definitely check them out and subscribe to them, because it's worth your while. It's very entertaining channel. Anyway, and that's called, again, Married to Vinyl. Next one, an album with a title that begins with F. So I just picked the first one that I came across, Future Perfect by the band Autolux. Love this band. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of post-punk indie rock, a little shoegazy at times. 3 different band members, and they all take turns singing on different songs, and really awesome. This was actually kind of hard to find, but I think that they've reissued it since then. But Future Perfect by Autolux. Love it. Next one. An album with a smile on the cover. Well, I came up with a couple of them. A lot of people don't like to smile, like when they have their band on the covers. They're also serious. Not a lot of people smiling. But of course, leave it up to the French. Larita Mitsuko, and they've got these crazy, cheesy smiles on. Love this band. Absolutely love Larita Mitsuko. And this is a best of compilation that they released after the passing of Fred here. Yeah, so there's some wonderful smiles all the way from Paris. And then I also remember this one, the Cardigans album Life, and Nina, the singer, is got a wonderful smile there. So, and they're from Stockholm, Sweden. So there's some smiles. A musician featured in a movie. Well, I just immediately thought of this. This is an obscure movie. It's obscure because I can't find it on DVD anywhere. I think you can get it like on DVD through like Amazon or whatever, but it's in a different format or whatever. Like you can't watch it on our DVD players. At least that's and I think that even those are like really expensive, but you can't get it in the format for you know, to watch it on American or this hemisphere type of Blu-ray and DVD players. But it's a movie called Nowhere, and it's by Greg Araki. He did Doom Generation and God, I'm trying to think. He's done a bunch of movies. But what's really stands out about his, and this is on VHS, that's all, the only format that I have is a VHS version. It's got like 30 or 40 different people cameo appearances by all kinds of different actors and actresses. It's got John Ritter from Three's Company. It's got Rose McGowan, Tracy Lords, and Shannon Doherty in it. And The cameo that I'm thinking of, the musician that appears in this, is Gibby Haynes, the singer for the Butthole Surfers. He plays like this drug dealer. I think his name is like Jelly Bean or something. And it's just a little small part, or whatever. But I immediately thought of Gibby Haynes. The music, the soundtrack to this is awesome. It's got Lush and Cocteau Twins and Meat Beat Manifesto. No, wait, take that back. Seafeel. I don't think it's got Meat Beat Manifesto. It's got Seafeel. It's got, I think, Slowdive, Marilyn Manson. It's got just a whole bunch of different people show up on his soundtracks. Not just to this movie, but pretty much all of his movies. He did a movie with Robin Guthrie doing the entire soundtrack to that movie, and it's called White Bird something or other. Really nice soundtrack. Greg Araki, excellent director. Gibby Haynes appears in this. Mina Suvari from American Beauty, she's also in this. And a whole bunch of other people. Peter Brady and Jan Brady from the Brady Bunch. Those actors appear in this movie too. They're pretty crazy in that movie, in this movie. But anyway, Nowhere with Gibby Haynes. Next one, an album with a great gatefold. Well, I was like going through gatefolds, and some of them were kind of disappointing. I thought, oh, well, this gatefold's probably pretty good. And then I open it up and it's like not that great. But I just thought of like this one, Love and Rockets, Seven Dream of Teenage Heaven, their debut album. And this is like a collage artwork. I believe this was all done by Daniel Ash, the guitarist. He tends to do a lot of the artwork for this band when needed, as well as Bauhaus and Tones on Tail as well. But yeah, I just thought of that. That gatefold is an example. This is my Beggar's Banquet UK original that I bought back when it came out when I was in high school. Really cool stuff. I love it whenever I get to show some Daniel Ash artwork. A record that gets you pumped up. This band back here, Jesus Lizard, especially this album, Goat, my favorite album of theirs. Man, if this doesn't wake you up, then you're like in a coma. This is such awesome music and just really blood pumping kind of music. Love it. Jesus Lizard, Goat. And the reason why I also put these records back here, Jesus Lizard and Scratch Acid, is that Touch and Go Records has just recently put out a Scratch Acid box set with reissues of these three records here. And I think like a bonus like 7-inch and a booklet. I don't know, it's going for like $100 and some, and I've already got the originals. I'm good with just keeping the originals. It'd be cool to get the 7-inch, but it's not, a 7-inch isn't worth a box, and you know, just getting an extra box and a 7-inch isn't worth spending well over $100 to get a copy of it. So I'm happy. So anyway, Jesus Lizard, Goat, to get you pumped up. Next one, this is number 20, the last question here, but there's 5 bonus questions, so hang on. An album which you wish you could experience for the first time again. God, I feel that way about my whole collection. Like, I would love to go back and listen to most of my records for the first time, because it's always, God, my collection to me is mostly, it's all killer, no filler kind of attitude. I don't really collect records of things that I'm not really into. So the fact that I have it on vinyl means that I love this record, I love this music, I love this band. And to be able to listen to it for the first time with just a clean slate, a blank slate, would just be awesome. But I picked a few, and these kind of coincide with, if you watch my very first video on this vinyl channel, I talk about like the 10 influential records to my music listening life or whatever. And these are all, I believe, included in that list. So I'll just kind of review. My very first record I ever purchased, Rush, Moving Pictures, 1981. Tom Sawyer just absolutely blew me away back then when I was just a 12, 13-year-old kid. Love this album, and it would be really cool to not know anything about Rush and just to hear this album for the first time again would be really cool, with no preconceived ideas or whatever. I'm going in order too, chronologically. Freshman year in college, I heard the Cocteau Twins for the very first time. This is the very first album I bought of theirs, and 1986. This album came out in '84, but I didn't hear them when I was in high school. I didn't hear them until I went off to college and got my, my world would just completely grew with all these indie record stores and stuff that I had access to. I could walk to like 3 different indie record stores within a few blocks of each other, and was able to just be exposed to all these different bands that I'd never heard of. And this was one of them, and just absolutely knocked my socks off, blew me away. The Cocteau Twins, probably my second favorite band now. Love it, and this is where it all started. I would love to hear the Cocteau Twins in general for the very first time again, and just go through that whole experience again. Went over to a friend of mine's dorm room my freshman year, and actually it was a friend of a friend, and he was playing this on his little turntable in his dorm room. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, I'd never heard anything like Sonic Youth. I'd been listening to like punk rock, like hardcore punk and stuff, but I hadn't heard anything like this. This was just wild. And I was listening to the Butthole Surfers at the time too. So I guess Butthole Surfers are kind of in the same kind of headspace as this album. But still, the guitar work, Thurston Moore and Liam Ronaldo, they just blew me away with what they were doing with their guitars on this album. And it would be really cool to experience that feeling again of just kind of just being mesmerized by songs like Star Power and Tom Violence. Love it. This album, of course, goes without saying. I'd love to be able to hear this one for the first time again. I remember playing it for people in the studio. I was in graphic design school, and I would bring it in and play it on my boombox in the graphic design studio, and vast majority of people did not get it and did not like it and didn't understand it. But I was hooked immediately. I was already listening to their album previous to this, Isn't Anything, but this album just took it way beyond the limits of what I was used to back then. So really just absolutely love this. It's my favorite album of all time, of any band. And I would love to go back and experience that again, putting this on a turntable for the first time, and Only Shallow, just hearing that song. I don't know, just crazy stuff. And then this crazy band, after I was like a My Bloody Valentine fanatic for like a year or two, and then this album came out. This is a compilation of their first early EPs and singles called Switched On. This is my favorite band, Stereolab, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess My Bloody Valentine isn't my favorite band anymore. I think these guys might as well be. And I didn't even know what to expect after this, because I got Pang soon after I got this, and that album was their first full-length studio album. And then I just kept buying their albums as they released them year after year since 1992. I've been buying their records as they were released, and just blown away by each release as it went. But it was just kind of hearing, what was it, Super Electric, the very first song on this. I was just like, this is a crazy freaking song. Absolutely loved it, and would love to be able to go back and listen to that for the first time again, and start the whole process over of getting to know Stereolab. That would be really fun. That would be a cool thing to do. So that's the first 20 questions. I'm going to go through the bonus questions. There's 5 bonus questions that he added, so why not? Show a 10-inch or 7-inch. So I'm just going to show this one. This is Lush. This is Blind Spot, which was a 10-inch that they released after their reunion back in 2016, and 4-song EP, and they released this and toured, and I got to see them a couple of times at the Fonda Theater in Los Angeles, and then they broke up again, disbanded, and that was it. Emma Anderson's doing her own thing, Mickey Berenyi's doing her own thing, Phil King is doing his own thing, and I don't think they'll ever get back together, but was happy to get this little 10-inch that they released before they called it quits for good. So yeah, there's a 10-inch. Next one, favorite reissue of 2024. Well, there were a few that I really liked, but I'm just gonna showcase these two. Meepy Manifesto re-released Satyricon and Subliminal Sandwich. Love both of these albums. I saw them on this tour, this Satyricon tour, in Gainesville, Florida when I was in college. I love them very much, especially back when they used to sing on their songs. Now when they release music, I don't know if they've done anything recently, but it's all instrumental stuff. But really, really awesome electronic industrial kind of music. EP Manifesto. These were released on Play It Again Sam just last year. So go check them out. It's worth your while. Let's see. A record of, an album of, an album by a musician you would like or have liked to seen in a movie. I didn't really get the question all that much, and I don't really care about seeing any musicians in a movie. I don't know. I like to listen to musicians make music and actors do movies, and I don't really care if any one of the musicians that I like does a movie or not. I don't know. It doesn't interest me, so I just kind of skip that one. A record a friend gifted you. So haven't had any friends gift me records in a long time. Maybe they did back in high school, but Courtney certainly does give me records, and I'll just show this one. This is one that she gave me for this past Christmas. Minor Threats, Out of Step, and it wasn't even labeled on the outside, but it came in white vinyl. There was no like hype sticker saying it was on white vinyl, so that was a nice little surprise. Discord Records, love them, love Minor Threat, and was a huge fan back in my college days, and still am. So I was really happy to get that one. Last question, and last of the whole video here that I'm doing. A record featuring a spoken word track. Now, I've mentioned in the past I don't really care for bands that do spoken word. It doesn't really do anything for me. But I do have a couple here where there's just little instances of spoken words within a song, or just little clips or whatever. This first one, Wolfgang Press, their album Queer, I guess they've released a new album, so I guess this is their third to last album, or their 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Whichever album this is in their discography, whichever order. Love this album. It's probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite album of theirs. And it comes with a song called The Birdie Song. And there's a woman that they got to do spoken word. Her name is Annie Anxiety, and she there's like just background music, and she just kind of talks over, or she did a recording and they put background music to her speaking or whatever, just kind of talking just about whatever stuff that she's talking about, and then it breaks into the next song. Yeah, spoken word on Queer, Wolfgang Press, 4AD Records. And then the other example that I have, Sound of Series. I've mentioned them before. I don't think I've ever shown this record on my channel, but this is their third and most recent album, Emerald Sea. These are existing or remaining members of Candy Claus out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and it's Kay on vocals, and I forget the other guy off the top of my head. I didn't write it down. But they are both from Candy Claus, and now they're doing this kind of more atmospheric, kind of movie soundtrack kind of music. Really awesome, great kind of stuff. And this album in particular features a woman, and I don't know her name. It's Marina Abramovich, and she does spoken word. The songs are broken into 3 parts, and she does like a little spoken word at the beginning of each part. And then the music comes in, and it's really cool. It's a very interesting thing to do. And yeah, so Sound of Series, Emerald Sea, their third and most recent album. I think you can still get this on their Bandcamp. So anyway, that's it. That's the Fluffy Records vinyl tag for 2025, and hope you all enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come up with some more ideas of videos to do. I'm just not buying as many records as I usually did in the past, so I'm just gonna find some other content to create. And if y'all have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, let me know. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for your subscriptions, and take care. Have a great weekend. Go Gators. Final Four.